Local Dragon Lady here with a new ritual deck profile, and I'm doing the profile in Edo Pro because there's a card here I don't have quite yet. Also, it's just easier and faster this way. So anyway, I call this deck the Ritual Rinse and Repeat, and yes, it's exactly what it sounds like, and you'll know what I'm talking about once I get into the guts of what this deck does. So yes, I am using the classic Incantation Ritual engine. So we have 3 talismans, 3 books, 3 candles, and 3 pencil plumes. This allows you to search or recover any ritual, monster, or magic card that's in your deck or your graveyard. So I'm using the whole engine for this. I'm using 3 Incantation Chalice Slimes. This gets your engine going, the reveal effect, special summon, and incantation, and depending on which one you summon from the deck, it allows you to search or recover, you know, whatever you need. Okay, so this is the guts of this deck. So I have 2 boyfriend in this deck, and for any of you who know about my ritual control deck, I only use 1, but it's important to have 2 in this deck because once your opponent figures out what you're doing, they're going to try and banish this card from your graveyard. And now it's not a big deal if it's in your graveyard because you can recover it off the effect of your pencil plume. The problem is though if he's banished, you can't do that. There's no incantation card that allows you to recover from banish, which Konami, you should do that, okay? So yes, so we want to have 2. Once he hits the field, he allows you to bounce 3 monsters your opponent controls back to the owner's hand, and this is non-targeting. So there's very little your opponent can do to stop this. It's also a spirit card, so at the end of the turn, he returns to your hand and replaces itself with 2 Shino Bird tokens. 1 First Lady, same idea. What she does when she hits the field, she can send 3 back row cards your opponent controls and shuffles them back into the deck. I only have 1 of her in this because the problem with her is when she hits the field, your opponent can still chain off to her effect. So they can still use the effect of a trap in response, but unless, you know, they can still destroy her, but unless they negate the effect, you can still shuffle those cards back to the deck. This is really useful for any field cards. I prefer the Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon. This guy, when he hits the field, he bounces all your opponent's back row cards back to their hand. So yes, your opponent can still use them the next turn, but you know, 1 turn sometimes is all you really need. The best thing about this card is your opponent cannot respond to this, so they cannot chain. So this is a guaranteed way to get rid of your opponent's back row cards. Also, an added bonus is as long as he stays on the field, your opponent has to pay 500 life points to use, you know, per card effect if they want to activate anything. So this can really affect your opponent's ability to use card effects depending on how many life points they have. So, for example, if you got your opponent down to 2,000 life points, this means they can only activate 3 card effects because this is a payment, not a burn. When you burn yourself, you can, you know, kill yourself in the duel, but with payment, you can't do that. So if your opponent has 500 life points or less, no, they cannot pay anything. They cannot use any card, you know, card effects. So this is actually ridiculous, and I have won games based on that effect alone. Now, this is a deck you really want to go second, but if your opponent catches on to what you're doing and they make you go first, boom, Cuddlebug. This is like, if you're going to be playing a ritual-based deck, this guy is mandatory. So basically, what happens is once this guy hits the field, your opponent has to skip their main phase 1. So if you're going first and get him out, okay, your opponent goes into battle phase. They have nothing on the field, so they can't attack you, and they go to main phase 2 and do whatever they need to do. Now, the great thing about this is how I find out when my opponent is playing, if I'm forced to go first. And because they can get their board out and they cannot attack you, so you're safe. Also, I always play them in defense position because if your opponent has a lightning storm, they can still nuke it and get all their, you know, extra deck effects, because as long as it stays on the field, your opponent's XC, Fusion, and Synchro monsters are all turned off. They can still be summoned, but they can't use any of their effects. This is very devastating against Despia branded, like, because they rely on fusion monsters. Sword Soul is really good too because they rely on Synchro monsters. Link monsters, unfortunately, are still free, but that's okay. With Master Rule 5, people are not relying on them nearly as much as they used to. So this guy is essential. Now, for the rinse and repeat part. Okay, now I have 2 Gamma Seals, so 2 Chemisteel Kaijus, 3 Lava Golems, and 2 Raw Sphere Modes. So the way this deck works is once your opponent has their board built up, you're basically tributing off your opponent's board. So like single monsters with the Kaiju, 2 of them with Lava Golem, and 3 of them with Raw Sphere Mode. The best thing about Raw Sphere Mode is it's a normal summon. So if your opponent were to get a floodgate that stops you from special summoning, as long as there's enough monsters on the field to begin with, you can get rid of it with Raw Sphere Mode. So, but you also have to be careful with Lava Golem, because once you start to summon this guy out, you cannot normal summon. But it still works with the, with the Kaiju, which I've done. So you can get out. So with these 2 cards alone, you can get rid of 3 cards that your opponent controls. And the thing is, once you get out Boyfriend, he bounces these cards back to your hand, non-targeting. So there you go. And so what happens is, okay, your opponent builds a board, nuke their board, get out Boyfriend, bounce these back to your hand so you can use for the next turn, and at the end of that turn, he comes back to your hand so you can use them again. So all of these cards can come back on the next turn, providing your opponent does something to negate it. But I mean, if all their negates are gone in the field, that's not very likely. So that is what this deck does. Rinse and repeat, and trust me, this works. If I've been able to do it with the regular Ritual Control deck with just siding in the tribute cards, imagine what happens when you build a board around this concept. Now, magic cards. Now, for searching, I have 3 copies of Pre-Preparation of Rites. You search out the ritual monster along with a corresponding ritual magic card. So that's only going to apply with the Boyfriend and First Lady. And you use it to search for their calling card, Chino Bird's Calling. And the best thing about this card is it allows you to use materials that equal or exceed, like the levels. So you don't have to worry about having exactly level 8 to get out the ritual. As long as it's level 8 or higher, bam, you can get them out. Also, you can also use Graveyard as material. So if you have First Lady in the graveyard and you want to ritual summon your Boyfriend, easy. Use the calling card. You can banish First Lady from the graveyard. Out comes Boyfriend. So I love ritual magic cards that do, can ritual summon cards in multiple ways. 3 copies of Dark Spirit Mastery. So you're probably wondering, like, what? Isn't this for the Ouija board deck? And you're right, it is. But this allows you to search out the Lava Golem. Lava Golem is a level 8 Fiend monster. So all you gotta do is discard 1 card per cost and search out your Lava Golem. So yeah, this is 3 more ways to get out, cards to nuke your opponent's board with. And the thing is, discarding a card is not a big deal, because if you were to discard a ritual monster or ritual magic card, you can just recover it off the effects of your incantation engine. 2 copies of Preparation of Rites. This searches your deck for a level 7 or lower ritual monster. So your target is going to be the Child Slime or your Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon if you already have your board or your engine all set up. And if you happen to have a ritual magic card in the grave, well, you can also recover it. So we have our 3 calling card, 1 copy of Incantation Inception. If you want to use more than 1, that's fine, but 1 seems to be enough because it's recoverable. It's searchable off the effect of your Incantation engine, and what it does, it allows you to ritual summon any ritual monster, providing that the tributes are Incantation monsters, which is ridiculously easy. Also, you can recover from the grave, providing you send a incantation from your hand or field to the grave, and allows you to summon another incantation from the deck. And depending which one you summon from the deck, depends if you recover from the grave or if you search from the deck. Amazing. Like a great, a most common combo you use, you combine the Inception with the Child Slime. It allows you to keep your, engine going. So if you reveal the Child Slime, ditch a card, you ditch the Inception to the graveyard, summon an incantation to get its effect. Then what you can do is you can use the effect of Inception in the grave to return to your hand by sending Child Slime from your hand to the grave, and you can summon from the deck your Pencil Plume, because the pencil plume recovers a ritual monster from your deck to your hand, so you use it to get back the slime that you just sent to the grave. It just keeps on going like a well-oiled engine. And last but not least, Big Rock, because it's funny. I love adding that one card that is funny, but you gotta be careful with this guy. Depending on the effect of either Boyfriend or First Lady goes off, what happens, it can special summon a spirit monster from your hand or the deck, which one that depends. So the Boyfriend allows you to summon it from your hand. First Lady allows you to summon it from the deck. And as long as he's on the field, no one can use the effect, mini monster effects, unless they're spirit monsters. So if you already have your hand set up to keep getting out these two during the next turn or two, perfect, because once this guy comes out, your opponent can't use any monster effects, and he's not going to return to the hand either because of the effect of being summoned from the deck or the hand, ignoring the conditions. So yeah, just be a little careful with this guy because it does affect you too. Now for the extra deck, you're not summoning anything, it's just graveyard effects, and there's numerous ways to get these out. So I have 3 copies of Fossil Warrior Skull Knight. Basically, once per turn, banish it. You can target a monster your opponent controls and destroy it. 2 copies of Garura, Wings of Resonant Life. This is the card I don't have yet. But once this card's in the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. But it's only once per turn, so like make sure you only send it 1 at a time, because you can't draw 2 cards because of the once per turn clause. 3 Elder Entity Entis, so it goes to the grave. You can target and destroy a card your opponent controls. 1 Psi Freemode Omega. You can send this card plus another card in the graveyard back to their respective decks. 3 copies of When Pegasus Indixter, so if your opponent were to destroy a monster you control by card, effect, or battle, this triggers, so you chain, banish it, and you can bounce a card your opponent controls back to the deck. And 3 copies of Herald of the Arclight. Once it goes to the grave, you can search your deck for a ritual monster or magic card. So yeah, if your opponent were to use any card effects to send stuff from your extra deck to the grave, you're getting an effect no matter what, unless they negate it. Now, this is not a side deck, but I do have some other ideas you can play with. One is the White Knight of Dogmatica. This is really good because if your opponent were to activate a card or effect, you can look through their extra deck and send a monster from the extra deck to the graveyard. So that can be a handicap to them. Plus this guy gets an attack boost depending on what monster you send. And I also have the corresponding ritual magic card. The only problem with this is that it requires you to use tribute levels exactly that equals the White Knight. So it's a level 8. You gotta tribute exactly level 8 to get it out. So that's the main drawback for that. But I mean, thanks to Inception, that doesn't matter. You can search it up and use it, incantations and material to get them out. Zaborg. Zaborg plague is still good. So if you can find room for it, you can definitely use it. Basically, once you get it out by normal tribute summoning it, you can to level 8. So you use the effect to target itself to destroy it, and you have to send as many cards from you and your opponent's extra deck to the grave as possible. So the maximum is 8. So of course we have all grave effects here, so that's, it's a win for you. And if one of the monsters you use to tribute summon is a light, you get to go through your opponent's extra deck and send them to the grave. So this is a massive handicap. It's almost a win condition if you pull this off, which I have many times. It's a wonderful, wonderful card, and it's easy to get out because incantations summons themselves in 2s with the 1 special summon. Very, very easy. The only drawback is you can't search it up. So, 1 Emperor Tanuki's Critter Count. This is a really nifty card. Now, on the field, it cannot be tributed, so your opponent can't even use a kaiju on this. It's great. Also, as long as it stays on your side of the field, when you ritual summon a monster, you can use monsters from your extra deck for the tribute, which is amazing because we have all these grave effects. So if you want to get out the boyfriend, well, you can send one of your monsters as a tribute and get the effect to either search, destroy, whatever. So, you know, this, I experimented with this card. It's really handy. I wouldn't revolve my deck around it, but it is a really cute idea. And you can special summon it from the deck with 1-for-1 because it's a level 1. And Dogmatic and Punishment. I mean, why not? You target one face-up monster your opponent controls, and you send one monster with an equal or higher attack from your extra deck to the grave. So, grave effects abound, and you destroy that monster. So, yeah, it's great. So, anyway, you know, will this beat the meta? No, but it is really gimmicky and fun, which is what I'm all about. So anyway, I went online with this deck earlier today, so here's how it went. Ritual, rinse and repeat. All right, let's give this a go. I want to go second, which is kind of weird in today's format. All right. Yeah. So, oh, okay. Yeah, this will do. This will do. If this person spams out a huge board, I got 2 golden balls that can take care of this. All right. And Medolces. Okay. Top card. Draw. Okay. I wonder what they're... Oh. What they're going to grab. Okay. What did you take? Aw, my kaiju. Oh well. Oh well, that's okay. I'll do all of this for sure. All right. Okay. First things first. I'm going to activate, because right now I need a magic card. They have something there. They have something. So I'm going to get rid of my other golden ball just to play this, you know. They got something in response, that's for sure. That is for sure. Well, I'm using incantations for the most part, so I may as well get out. What do you have? You got something. I know you do. I know you do. But I need to get boyfriend. Boyfriend is essential right now. Alright. Okie dokie. Alright. Now, I could also get out the odd eyes as well. We'll see what happens if this person responds to the effective boyfriend here. So I'm going to take my golden ball back. Alright. Now, here's the thing. Should I do this? I may as well give it a shot. I may as well. No, at least, you know, they can't respond to the effect of odd eyes, so let's do it. And at least I have another imp in my hand. At least this way, with odd eyes out, I will limit the card effects. Okay. Alright, so let's go to battle. Attack my boyfriend. Okay, I'm just going to end it. Let's go to end phase and bring back boyfriend. Well, we control no cards, so do you have an infinite and perm in your hand? Oh, okay. All right, because I need to keep boyfriend And Inception is good in the grave because I can get it back because I got a talisman in my hand. So, alright, alright. So they're going to pay. Ah, alright. They need to sort what's in their deck. Alright. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can send... So that's a negation, but here's the thing though. Ah, I see what you're gonna do. Perfect. You need something to beat over the odd eyes. Okay, but I still have 2 tokens. And it's equip, alright. So we do have... Ah, that's right. The tokens, they cannot be tributed. So when your opponent activates a card or effect, send with Theron monster and negate the effect. Well, I can afford to stop, for them to stop the effect of... Alright, okay. Once per turn. That is fine. Okie dokie. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get ourselves the calling card. Alright. Activate calling card. We're going to bounce. And battle phase. Can they stop it? Ah. Sure. Okay, actually no, I don't have anything for main phase 2, I don't think. I mean, technically I could recover the odd eyes, but I'm just gonna go back for the same line of defense. Ah! That's right, they got the side frame Omega there. Sure, alright. And he is destroyed. Well played. Well played. Okay. 1 card in hand. And they're gone. Okay. 2 cards in hand. Let's see what they're able to do. Well, obviously, like, the Theron King is still there, so... We will get a negation on the next turn. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to get rid of one of these. For sure. Because I got Golden Ball in my hand. Kaiju would be good. Or... Ha. Okay. This will... Do this right. You're going to negate it. Probably. I don't know. I paid my cost. What are you going to do? You're going to do it. Okay, that's fine. That's completely fine. All right. Let's get back. I may also get back the calling card. Let's get back the calling card. All right. I'm definitely going to ditch the slime here. let's get back. Because I already have, I mean, I could have recovered Boyfriend, but he's already in the graveyard, which means I can definitely banish him from the grave to get this one out. Okay. All right, I only did one rinse and repeat here, and they surrendered. Okay, so I only did one of the rinse and repeat shenanigans, I guess, with the golden ball, but this definitely works with Lava Golem and the Kaiju. Yeah. Okay. I want to go second. I want to do this again. Second. Here we... Okay. Unless they're forcing me to go first. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong thing here. Okay. Sorry. They're going first. So they... Wait. What? Infantry? Cranes? What? This is what I was looking for. This is not what I was looking for. No. I want the stuff that my husband really hates. Okay, this will, you know... I mean, it does spam the board a lot. You know, it gets some pretty strong, you know, monsters out. So this is still a good test for this. I mean, I got Golden Ball here. All right. Okay. So this is what I mean by the on paper part. This is, you know, that's the way this deck works. You get rid of their board by tributing. You use Boyfriend to get the tribute thing back. And you do the same thing in the next turn, which I've done in real life, so... Okay, they're going to be doing their... on the standby phase. Lots of things to do in the standby phase, I guess. Come on. Come on! Will you do your fun stuff on the standby phase? Quick effect, you attach one material on the target mode face and then so which one are you going to target, though? That's... maybe they're making that decision. Which one's unaffected? Okay. Oh, alright. Okay, well, I'm gonna give you the ball. The big golden ball. If they negate this, or if they have anything to stop it, that's okay. But see, I just put the XE monster in the grave, so this is going to be coming back at some point. It's going to be coming back at some point. Oh! Wow! Great! I haven't seen her played in a while. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. Well, I'm still going to get a monster to come out. So we're going to get Boyfriend again. That was the main goal. And we're going to get back... that Odd Eyes is tempting. But I'm definitely going to need a bunch of fodder for this. So, no real point in me in playing the Cuttlebug. So I will take him back. Thank you. And... see, now they're deciding to bring that XE monster back. Are you gonna do it? Oh, not yet. Alright, well, we'll attack here. And we'll go to end phase. Boyfriend will come back. My opponent may or may not have seen something like this being executed. We'll see. We will see. Now are they going to return it? No, bring it back? Alright, so we got back the Trencher. Oh. Place that monster control story. Okay, do change that pawns and monsters. Oh, maybe that's what they meant to do. Oh, okay. But I guess it didn't work for tokens? Unless that's a problem with Edo Pro. Alright. What do I have? Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I may as well. Let's finish my battle. Target 1. Face of Green Controls. It's not a quick effect, is it? Okay, no, it's just one of battles. Alright. Well, we got the ball back again. Machina. Okay, you can banish. Get 3 machines in your field. Shuffle them to your deck and draw 1 card. Alright. Okie dokie. I'm actually going to be using this to search for Inception. Next, I'm going to activate and search for a monster. I'm pretty sure Odd Eyes is really appropriate right now because my opponent's down to 5,000. Okay, so we're going to bounce back these guys back to my hand. Next, we're going to... Wait a minute. Is the... Okay, I got calling card. Perfect. So I can recover the calling card. There we go. That'd be good for the next turn. And, yeah, let's do it. Let's get out the Odd Eyes using the Chow Slime. And let's battle. Alright. Any response? No? And that will be game unless they can stop it. Alright. Good game. Okay, trains. That's different. Okay, maybe someday I will get a hold of the big stuff. But in the meantime, this deck so far is doing what's supposed to be doing. So I think I'm going to leave the video at that. I played 2 games. I think that's decent enough. Yeah, so anyway, I want you to be a good sport, to play the game at the Fame, and I will see you in the next one. See ya!